What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to do a tutorial on how to install a Peep site. Now remember that the bow I'm using is an old bow, so if your strings look, if you can see it, they're pretty frayed and funky. If your strings ever look like this, get them replaced. Um, you don't want your bow blowing up on you at full draw or anything. I haven't had it happen to me, but I'd say it's not that fun. So hopefully you got something that divides your string, because you're gonna have to, you know, your bowstring is several strands, tons of strands, and you want to try to, you know, 30 strands on this side, 30 on this side. And normally when you get a bow, there would be a little piece of material of some kind in the bowstring already to help you figure that out. But pretty simple for the most part. You just want to, like I said, find the middle of the string. Put it in like that. Grab you some serving material. I'm just using some cheap shit. I got it off Amazon when I first started wanting to tinker with my own stuff. And the way I do this, now if you do this the way I do this, um, before you completely tie it in, you're going to want to make sure your peep height is right. So just give it a, just tie it overhand knot a couple times, burn that in, shoot your bow, make sure your peep height's good. Because once you tie it in, how I'm going to show you, it'll be hard to tie it in, and it's also going to be, it's not going to move at all. You could hang on your peep sight and it's not going to do anything. So I don't know, about 2 feet of serving is all you're going to need. And then, like with all my other serving, I like to run it through beeswax. And what this will really help out with is when you tie your half a square knot, your overhand knot, if you did it with just dry, if you did it with just, didn't beeswax it, when you did your overhand knot, instead of it holding the tension, it would probably come unraveled. So what we're going to do is tie one half a square knot, an overhand knot, just like so. Crank that down, and then come below and do the same thing. So come below, do the same, crank that down, come back on top. Do it again and then finish it off with another knot. So it'll be a square knot when after you come back up. Square knot, bam. Now this part is all you're going to be doing is a half a hitch. If you're familiar with knots, it's basically about 5 or 6 half a hitch on the top on the left side, 5 or 6 half hitches on the bottom on the right side. So there'll be some right here on the right bottom, some right here working against each other, and you're not going to be able to move it. So we'll start on top. So what you're going to do is, I'll turn it sideways. This is the bottom. So if I turn it like this is the bottom. So what you're going to do is bring your material up through here, up through the bottom, and now you have a loop here. Take what you just brought up through the bottom and bring it right through this loop. And then get that tight to the string, and then you're going to want to come down just like so, and it'll almost click in. It'll almost click in. And then you just want to repeat that about 5 times, 5, 6 times, however many you want to do it, really. There's 2. There's 3. And 4. And 5. That side's pretty much done. And you want to take this serving, come on the opposite side, and if you started on the top, the next section you want to go to the bottom. So again, take your material, bring it up through this bottom. As you bring it up, you'll have this loop. Bring the material straight through the loop. Then you're going to work it down, and it'll click kind of in there. You're not going to hear it, but sometimes it'll click. And then you just repeat that process 5, 6 times. However many you want to do it. If you want to do it 10, you can. It really doesn't matter. But that's 3. Even with doing it 5 times, I mean, this is that's why you want to make sure your P pipe's good before you do this, because once you do this, you're not going to be able to just grab your Peep, in a how some people do it normally. You can still kind of pull it up a little bit. With this, it's in, and that's where it is. It's not going nowhere. And that's how I like it. I don't want my Peep type moving at all. And then there it is. And we'll cut these here in a second. But as you can, this thing is not moving, and it's not going to. And if you haven't already cut your fingers with serving, you might want to put some gloves on, or if you got some athletic tape, you could put athletic tape around your fingers, because you are going to cut your fingers. And if you haven't cut your fingers yet, you probably didn't tie the knot tight enough. All right, so after you do that, now you can also, with this, you could also, come up and tie it some more, but there's no need. You're pretty much done. And like on some people's knots, they'll tie them in up here, then you'll see serving at the bottom and at the top right here. So you're just gonna burn the material. Push it in. Same on the other side. Always keep your flame up, going away from your string. You don't want to be down here with it on the side. You hit your string, it's going to be problematic for you. Boom. And that's pretty much how you install Peep. Your Peep's in, it's not going nowhere. Super solid way to tie in your Peep. I tie in all of my Peeps. Here's another thing. Keep in mind. me personally, I tie in my Peeps with something called dental tape. When you pull this stuff tight, it gets translucent. And, you know, some of this, like for instance, this stuff that I use, you go to buy a roll of this, it's $35 or so, $5.96, and it will serve the same purpose. I wouldn't recommend soft knots or reserving your string with it or anything like that. But if you're going to tie in a Peep or something, this is great. I love it. Dental tape, get you some. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, please. I greatly appreciate it. Anybody that's watching, anybody that's tuning in, thumbsing up, or whatever you want to call it, I greatly appreciate you. Until then, I'll see you again here shortly.